with Pastor Russell Ocampo. So, ang topic natin for today is obedience is better than sacrifice. At syempre, patuloy pa rin tayo sa ating Bible Character Edition. So, ang concept natin for today is who is Saul? King Saul. Partial obedience is still obedience. So, King Saul was chosen by God and given a great responsibility to lead Israel and God's commands. At first, he had everything he needed, but Saul's problem was not that he refused to obey completely, it was that he obeyed only partly. In 1 Samuel chapter 13, Saul became impatient. Instead of waiting for Samuel as God commanded, he offered the sacrifice himself. 1 Samuel chapter 13, verse 8 to 12. He thought it was a small thing, but it showed that he did not fully trust God's timing. Because of this, Samuel told him that his kingdom would not last. 1 Samuel chapter 13 verse 13 to 14. In Samuel chapter 1 verse 15, God gave Saul a clear command: destroy the Amalekites completely. 1 Samuel chapter 13 verse 1 to 3. But Saul kept the best animal and spread King Agag. 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 8 to 9. Saul said and he obeyed. But he actually changed God's command to fit what he wanted. That is why Samuel said, to obey is better than sacrifice. 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 22. Saul's partial obedience was still disobedience. He cared more about his own ideas and people's approval than fully obeying God. Saul's failure shows that outward action are not enough. God looks at the heart. 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7. True obedience flows from the heart that trusts and submit fully to God. Saul's disqualification reminds us that we need a better king, Jesus Christ, who obeyed God perfectly in our place. Philippians chapter 2 verse 8. Saul lost his kingdom not because he was weak, but because he would not fully obey. His life teaches us that God does not accept half-hearted obedience. At may kita natin ito sa 1 Samuel chapter 13 verse 1 to 4. Ang sabi dito, and Samuel told to Saul, the Lord sent me to appoint you king over his people, Israel. Now therefore listen to the word of God. Thus say the Lord of hosts, I have noted that Amalek did not in Israel, opposing them on the way when they came up out of Egypt. Now go and strike Amalek and devote to destruction. All they have, do not spread them, but kill both man and woman, child and infant, ox and sheep, camel and donkey. So Saul summoned the people and numbered them entirely, 200,000 of men on foot, and 10,000 of men in Judah. And Saul came to the city Amalek and Lain will hate the valley. Those said to the Kenites, go departed, go down from among the Amalekites. The Saul defeated the Amalekites and Havilah as far as Sohor, which is east of Egypt. And he took Agag, the king of Amalekites, alive and devoted destruction all the people with the edged sword. At ngayon, share ko po yung mga natutunan ko sa naging topic natin for today. So, obedience is better than sacrifice. 1 Samuel chapter 15, greetings to say dito. At syempre, patuloy tayo sa ating, share ko po yung mga natutunan ko sa naging topic natin for today. Magsimula tayo sa ating teaching. First teaching, Saul offered sacrifice without obedience. So, si Saul inoperan siya ng ating Panginoong Kristo na magsakripisyo para sa bayan. But then, hindi siya sumusunod sa ating Panginoon. Sa ating second teaching naman, Saul thought he could bribe God with offering. So, akala niya, yung Panginoon is makukuha niya sa offerings na kanyang ibinibigay dun sa ating Panginoon. So, sa ating third teaching naman, Saul feared people rejection more than God's rejection. So, si Saul, mas takot siya sa pagre-reject ng mga tao sa kanya at hindi siya natatakot kung ma-reject man siya ng ating Panginoon. So, dadako tayo sa ating application. First application, be willing to face rejection if it means obeying God. So, maging willing tayo palagi sa rejection na makuha natin sa ibang tao. And, syempre, obey natin palagi yung Panginoon. Sa ating second application, be good pleaser rather than people pleaser. So, lagi tayo maging God pleaser kung saan sa Diyos lamang tayo palagi nang hihingi ng gabay ng pangangailangan natin at hindi sa ibang tao. Sa ating third application naman, be obedient to God's command without compromise. So, maging mapasunod tayo lagi sa ating Panginoon sa Kristo, sa kanyang mga sinasabi, sa kanyang mga sinasaad, na hindi kasama yung mga hinaangat or yung kapalit. So, sa ating last part, which is in discussion, why is it partial obedience considered disobedience? Para sa akin kasi, kung sa tao ka sumusunod at hindi sa Diyos, isa na yung kapahamakan na kapanayan, hindi ka sumusunod sa Panginoon. So, ayun lang po for today's discussion. Thank you for watching.